All right. Hi there. How's it going? Um, so in this video, I want to talk about how you can pivot a military career into a civilian job. One of the things that I was always kind of worried about and didn't quite know at the time, like what was available in the civilian world is how like I was in a combat MOS, 0313. I was a LEV crewman. Uh, Not a very big need for LAV crewmen uh, in the civilian world. Um, maybe police officer or law enforcement, but that's kind of usually what everybody thinks of whenever like you're in kind of like basically almost like a combat MOS is. Oh, I guess I'll just get out and be a security guard, or I'll get out and be a police officer and all that. I myself personally, just because of uh, training, my mentality, what I kind of went through in Iraq and all that stuff. Um, I definitely could not be a police officer or anything having to do with law enforcement. My escalation of force would just go from 0 to 100 way too quick, and like I would end up hurting somebody else or myself. And no, I kind of anything, I kind of know myself. So luckily, I didn't pursue a career in that. Tanks, if you're a tanker, not very many tanks on the road in the civilian world. If you're artillery, they don't really have much of that. So, yeah, direct uh, experience, on your actual job, yeah, you can't really pivot that. However, with that being said, in the Marine Corps, I'm sure most of the other services are pretty similar. Uh, like you probably had it beaten in your head, ORM, Operational Risk Management. And in kind of what I'm doing now in the realm of cybersecurity, risk management uh, is actually like you know a real job. Like depending on the size of the company, that is a specific job and career is risk management, um, and it's very very similar. You're going to do something, or you have a situation, you identify the risks, you implement controls to reduce the risk to an acceptable level, and you run with it. It's a little more sophisticated, probably in the business world because you tie it to money and things like that, but it probably isn't completely different from the military. Um, so that's one opportunity. Risk management, I think there's even a certification that you can get. Typically, you probably want a 4-year degree, but you can go to Western Governors University, you can go to American Military University, and there's a handful of other uh, online schools that you can go to while you're probably still in the military, uh, and you either come a long way to finishing or complete your degree before you get out. That's actually what I did. I Probably almost the last year I was in, I like hit it hard. I was doing 2 classes at a time, and I think my last like real hard push, I did 12 classes in 1 year essentially. Burned myself out, but I did it, and I was able to actually to get my degree in information systems security about 2 or 3 months before I retired, or before I actually went on my terminal leave. Um, and yeah, it kind of worked out. I got the Security Plus certification, which actually I highly recommend. It's vendor neutral, but it has a pretty good baseline for some of the security stuff that you kind of work with on a day-to-day basis. Um, so yeah, probably some combination of getting a degree in like cybersecurity or information system security, something like that, along with maybe 1 or 2 certifications, would do pretty well. Uh, I think part of the reason I was actually hired where I currently work is because I had that military experience in 20 years and leadership and all that, and I went in, worked pretty hard, and I think I started off at about 42, which is pretty low. And this company's not known for paying Google wages or anything like that. But probably in about a year and a half, I was able to get a promotion, and from that promotion, probably go from like add an extra 20 grand. Uh, so it can be done. You don't have to be 20 years old or 23 or stuff like that. You can use the experience that you have, and we have a lot of like just it's a security mentality. And if you're someone who likes computers and likes technology, and even throughout a 20-year career or whatever, if you always kind of played with computers and you were always interested in potentially getting out to do something like that, it can be done. Um, with a lot of work, but it can be done, and it's a pretty good career. I think I've been blessed at the company I'm at. It Yes, it's a tech company, but this company has people that have been literally working there for 50 years. Um, if you wanted to, you can still carry it. Like it's just a really good it's it's not the horror stories you hear on some tech companies. It's a lot better, and that's easily, even though you might get paid a little bit less, easily worth 20% for like I very little stress. Um, and there's lots of interesting work to do. So yeah, just kind of short video. If you're coming from a combat MOS or something where like, oh, I don't think there's I can't use my experience at all. Consider that. Like there's risk management. There's all the other stuff that you typically um, think of when you're thinking about computer security. Like if you wanted to really do penetration testing, a SOC analyst, security operations center analyst. There's compliance, uh, and there's little probably I don't want to say softer skills. You kind of have business skills, and then you have like your hard tech skills where you're actually scripting or writing programs, or you're actually banging away at the command line. That's pretty technical. But then on kind of more the business side of it, you're you know making sure everything's within compliance. You might use a lot of office documentation, and just you talk to business people and come up with plans, processes, and stuff like that. And military people are probably really good at that. You've managed uh, anywhere between 4, 10, potentially hundreds of people. You've managed and dealt with millions of dollars of equipment, and you've had to inspect it and maintain it and all that. I did all that. So over 20 years, or over even over 4 years, or anywhere in between, uh, that kind of built you to be able to manage the all those different things. And these are all important things in the IT slash cybersecurity world. So consider it. It's actually not bad. Um, if you work in intelligence, you probably don't have to probably don't have anything to worry about because you got a nice security clearance. If you work with computers, you probably already know what you're doing when you're getting out. A lot of those jobs, they have civilian equivalents. Um, Air Force, if you're working on the jet engine or something like that, you can easily pivot that. In the Marine Corps, if you were some kind of a diesel mechanic on an LEV or on any of the other military equipment, uh, that could easily pivot into some kind of a mechanical job, or even managing a shop if did 20 years or something like that. So yeah, if you're ever combat MOS, a lot of times it's like, I'm infantry. Look, I can't pivot that to anything except for maybe law enforcement. There's actually other things. So Yep, pretty short one. Actually managed to keep it about 10 minutes. So think about it, consider it, and I hope it helps everybody.